Money management. How do you manage your money? What is your process? Do you have a time that you sit down and you and your spouse, or you by yourself, you pay your bills? Do you have a method? Do you reconcile your bank account? What are your personal habits? How do you make adjustments? How do you decide when you've gone too far or spent too much? How do you handle or discipline yourself to overcome a deficit, to work through a deficit, to get past one? What is it that you do? Whatever the answers to those questions are is important, because going into your business, whatever you do personally, that's exactly how you'll handle it in business. And that's all kinds of wrong. Business brings about so many things. Just think about it. As a business person, the way you make money is that you engage and interact with other people. Those people have to pay you, and their money habits come into play. So you've got to play, just it's just like driving a car, where you have to learn to drive on a defensive level. You got to still have your money the same way as an entrepreneur. You've got to have money in case somebody is slow, or somebody doesn't get it, or they come to you and they don't pay you right away. As an entrepreneur, you run into all kind of things. I remember when I started as an entrepreneur in the beginning, and I would run into people who always wanted to wait or didn't want to pay money at the time services was rendered. And it wasn't until I got into groups that I understood I wasn't the only one. I thought maybe it was something personal, or that they thought, well, she doesn't need the money or whatever, but it's just the law of nature. In a small business, when you're doing when you are the owner and you are making contact, the thought is to negotiate. They think they're negotiating. Sometimes they're being strategic, and sometimes they don't have it. And they tend to treat you differently than they would if it was a larger corporation. Well, see, that's why we have to structure and start at the beginning the way we want to end. And that's why I'm always telling you, don't do this by yourself. I have seen so many things, and you don't have to start from the bottom and see those things before you correct them. We can start right and have structure and make sure that those conversations come right out the gate, that they flow easily, because any miscommunication results in missing money. And then if you don't have the money, you definitely can't manage what you don't have. And you've got to be more on the defensive end, making sure that you have working capital that you can sustain. At the same time, remember, entrepreneur, you're paying two sets of bills. So now there is a strain in the personal, because that same money has to cover two sets, the household set and the business. That's why you need a bookkeeper and a business coach and a business strategist that can work with you to help you think about the things that you may not even foresee. That's why it's important to call somebody like me. It's been your girl, the Queen Bee. I hope this got through to you, and I hope you saw something you can use and enough to make you give me a call. Make sure you watch, make sure you like and subscribe, and share it with a friend. Bye-bye.